Welcome to A Funny Thing Called Business. We are 4 business owners with over 30 years collective experience under our belts, sharing the capers and triumphs of running a small business and how we now avoid perilous customer chaos and pitfalls. I'm Clare Worley. We also have
Darren Langley,
Kate Curry,
Pete Morgan.
Welcome, peeps. So I think we have to, first of all, address the elephant in the room that we're being recorded today.
Well, we're always being recorded. We're always being recorded, Claire.
Recorded our faces as well as our voices.
I love the way you sound like a caveman. And there was the sun, it went, and then it came back. We're being, our faces being recorded.
and a little bit of our soul is taken away.
Exactly.
Who knows what's going to happen?
So what you mean to say is that we're being filmed.
Ooh.
It's because I'm from the 80s, that's why. We're still talking about video recording, but it's great because today we're going to be talking about video marketing.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's first of all check who does and who doesn't do video in their marketing. I do.
I absolutely do.
I do not.
I am about to.
Oh!
Watch this
So that's a
space.
good mix of answers.
I like that. Yeah.
Please, yeah. So let's talk about then what's your experiences so far with regards to using video in your marketing, because it's like a big no and a big yes for lots of people. So Pete,
I think so. There's that realization that occurred that having you in your marketing helps people bond with you as a business owner and helps people bond with your business too, because they're seeing you and they're experiencing you. And I used to use kind of stock images and stock footage, of people in studios or using microphones. And then when I kind of realized that actually, no, I could do this. I don't have to have the subscription to the site that was giving me these clips and images. And 2, I know how to talk into a microphone. I know how to use it. So just put me in it. So I don't like myself in front of a camera in the same way that I don't like the sound of my own voice, but that's just my thing to deal with.
yeah.
You have to get over that a bit, don't you?
You absolutely do.
Because we all love it. Like my favourite one of yours was when you put us in the fridge.
Yeah, absolutely. And that
And
was...
it's like it's all black and then the fridge door opens and there's Pete talking about podcasting into the fridge. You just feel like a little bit of cheese or something.
Exactly. And but that came
It's
about.
really memorable though.
Yeah, it came about because purely from the extremely vain thing of the lighting is really good in your fridge. So in your fridge light, you look incredible. So that's why I did it. That was and like Kate said, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people out there talking about podcasting and how people can do it and the best ways to do it. And
I think you need to rerun that fridge one.
yeah, I've got
like a
some
whole
more
kitchen appliance, range
Yes.
of them. Now in the microwave.
We could,
What do you look like in a blender?
Oven, bit of
in the
steam.
oven. Yes.
Do it. There's some inspiration.
There we go.
I didn't know that you look your best, when you're looking in the fridge. That'll probably be why the eggs are always giving me a little wink,
Are
fine
they though?
Exactly.
So Darren, talk to us about your experience then, because
Yeah, this won't take
a
long.
hard no on it. So
I'm not hard, no.
Okay.
No, I'm coming round. I am coming round.
Oh yeah.
But it's taken a while. I think it all goes back to a time when
Far away.
Far away. When I used to work at Sky.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
It's one of those stories. One of those stories. And
Your stories start there.
I know. Wait.
but no, when I was we did some like team filming, did team video, because apparently they've got lots of cameras at Sky, and we got one, and we all went into a room each individually, do a piece to camera, and I sat down with the camera and I just froze, and I can remember that camera turned from a camera into a shotgun, and it was pointing at me.
Really?
But in my head it was.
Okay.
And I was just like,
Wow.
and that was it. And then, and I think that's just stayed with me. So a little piece of that is kind of
it's
like...
It's funny, though, that these experiences can stay with you for life.
Yeah.
Just something really
Absolutely.
simple and silly from years ago.
And I mean, that's why I don't mind doing a podcast, because no one can see my face.
Until today.
And now you've got 3 of them pointing at you now. How are you feeling today?
Nervous?
You got your bulletproof vest on?
No, but I have got my Spider-Man costume underneath.
Nice, good.
Brilliant.
That's
Always
what I
worth
look
knowing
forward
that it's there.
My experience was, I started using video in my marketing probably about 2017. I'm not saying probably, it was 2017, because I know that it was when I was working with my coach then, and she was really encouraging me to use video, and I was just like, oh no, please don't make me do it. And of course, the first one I did, I was really nervous. I can listen back and my voice was shaking, and now I bloody love it.
I love seeing your older videos come up. Oh, look at young Claire there.
Yeah, Claire through the ages.
Sorry,
all the hairstyles.
look at younger Claire there.
You're brilliant at them now, though. So you
Yeah.
did one in our office the other day, and you're just like straight in the meeting room, bang, straight out on social. Like it was just, you just knock them out now, don't you, without really thinking about it.
but that's the thing,
Isn't that funny how you go back to how nervous you were at the beginning and probably really overthought it?
Totally, and just terrified putting it out there of, all what people are going to say and think, and now you have to let it go, because no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares what you're doing. It's only you who cares.
Well, obviously we want people to care.
No, but nobody's thinking badly of you.
No.
That's what I mean. So, Kate, tell us about your experience then, because you're kind of on the fence, ready to go, aren't you?
I mean, you've been telling me to do video for years, and I've always been like, no, I'm going to, I might see your face go, okay, and then just like not do it.
Yeah.
Which is probably my
My
approach.
default.
Yeah, but I have tried to do video for other things, maybe not to go on socials, but a couple of years ago I had to do there was like an awards nomination thing, and we had to submit a video as part of it. And so I sat in this little sort of cupboard thing, and I wrote myself a script, and I filmed myself doing it. But the lights were on a timer, and they kept going off. So every 2 minutes, I had to just go woo like a Mexican wave to keep the lights on. And then afterwards, when I look back, you could just see my eyes reading the script that I'd written, and I was like, because I just wanted to get it out of the way, and I was talking really, really fast. And I was like, oh, this is just a disaster. And I think my learnings from that really was you really just need to try and be a bit more relaxed about it and not try to be too perfect, because I think that's what I was trying to do with that, and it was all just felt a bit of a disaster. I was like, oh, thank God the general public aren't going to see that one. But I do know that...
Well, that's what you think, but we have got that video today, and cue it up.
God, I would just die if that one came out. But I do know that it is when I see other people doing it, and how I feel about when I see other people doing their video, that's really, what you need to try and do with yourself, and just sort of try and get over that.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I could convince more people, more businesses to use video in their marketing, because it's about finding a way that suits you. It's not always going to be about sitting there looking directly at a camera and being really structured. It's thinking, how can I use video differently that suits my style and my business? So let's talk, Darren. What if you're kind of thinking about it, what do you want to do that would be different for you in your business?
I was thinking about maybe like dancing. The dancing web designer.
Save it for
You
Instagram.
see, I mean, I mean, please, let you be telling the truth about this.
This is a funny thing called business.
Double to do it for you.
All
Maybe
the
I just get the
Spider-Man
legs,
suit.
the stunt double legs, and I'll just like cut myself on top or something.
Yeah.
Superimpose on top.
The Michael Flatley legs.
Yeah. Do
You
the
on
whole-
the... Oh, what?
Yeah, you see?
I mean...
I'm going to write this down. Hang on.
They are silly ideas, but I think, have a bit of a brainstorm on just like all the ideas, and you will find one in there that you think, yeah, that's doable.
Doing a camera in a fridge.
Yeah.
So it fulfilled many things. It's incredibly inexpensive to do.
Yeah.
They're very quick to do, because just like Kate with your security lights, obviously our fridge is one of those that beeps if it's been open for too long. So you can't do anything longer than a minute because it starts beeping.
Yeah.
And the questions that I was answering were the FAQs from my website. So everything was done. It really was
Yeah.
just prop, start, crack on.
Yeah.
You know, and it was as easy as that, really. You know, and it's
Yeah, absolutely. No, it is something I want to do. Actually, it is. As I say, I'm working through my issues.
Your inner demons, your sky
And
demons.
yeah, my sky demons. And yeah, watch this space.
Okay,
It could
okay,
be-
we're watching. So,
I've got to
Kate,
take some dancing lessons first. So.
Kate, what will you do differently then with your video marketing to make it feel easier and more comfortable for you?
I think it's been a bit of a mindset shift that it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect, and it's to go out on socials. It's kind of like, well, it's not going to be hanging around forever, is it? You know, people see it, and then it's
Well,
sort of
they do say once you put something on the internet, it is there forever.
okay. So I think and we're also trying to sort of make a bit of a plan. So we're talking about things that we think are interesting to people who are sort of following us on our social media, and try and get the team involved and come up with ideas and trying to make it a bit creative and a bit different and a bit quirky. And we do loads behind the scenes that people don't know about. And it's really nice. It's a nice opportunity to really showcase that and show us in action a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was funny. We did. So we've just started doing some filming. So follow us on our socials and let us know what you think. It was funny. There were a few takes. Shannon got the giggles. She couldn't stop laughing, and so there's a few things that we need to overcome in practice and get a bit better at. But I think the thing is just to try and relax and not make a big deal of it. So I'm trying to be a bit blasé about the whole thing, really, and not overcook it in my mind, because that's when you get the fear and you freeze and your mind goes blank and you get your knickers in a twist.
And the camera turns into a shotgun.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. But we've done, we did a photo shoot last year, and that was the same. As soon as the camera's on you, your
it's
shoulders
weird.
go up and you
It's
get all
weird.
tense, and you just do a silly grin, and you're just like, it's hard to just relax, and it's part of you. It's got to be part of, it's got to be authentic, and if you don't like that, then it's not going to be, is it?
No.
So
Pete, you've got years in radio as your background.
yeah.
So what have you learnt about yourself or your business through?
It was the acceptance of video. So for a long time, I was an audio purist of audio is king, and we don't need video even to do marketing. Marketing can be done on just a well-written article or a good kind of image. It doesn't need... And then over time, like Kate was saying, you experiment with it and you think, okay, well, let's see. Oh, that seems to get a good reaction, or that's not horrendous. And I think... And then, of course, video became a big part of podcasting anyway, with more and more podcasters using video as part of marketing for their podcast. Yeah. So some of them, like well-known people, they'll film the entire episode and you can watch the entire episode. But I think using it from a social perspective, that's absolutely been the kind of big shift.
How many years have people been doing that now? Is it like literally last 2 or 3?
It's really the last 2 or 3. Yeah, if you think podcasting is 21 years old now.
Still feels so fresh, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But that's for years, nobody was paying attention to it. And video being a major part of it. And also YouTube kind of really stamping its authority on the arena of podcasting as well. So they've been doing it in America, they're bringing it to Europe, where you can integrate your podcast far more on YouTube than you've ever been able to do before. I'm sorry that wasn't funny in any way, shape or form.
It was very informative.
Thanks.
Pete, thank you.
We'll take that.
maybe it's time for the Spiderman outfit now.
I've learned that I'm a little bit famous, guys.
Here we go.
Oh,
hello.
okay.
Believe in your own press. What?
Well, okay, just in Sutton Coldfield, yeah? But when I go to networking events, people say, I know you. and they don't. They've just seen my videos.
Yeah.
So they think they know me. And at first I was a bit like freaked out with it, but I was like, oh, hello, that's my marketing working really well. Because people think they know me and they haven't even met me before.
Yeah.
It's just weird when I bump into my aunt or something at a family do, and she says, oh, I see your videos coming out of Facebook. And I'm like, oh, I have to just get over that cringe.
Yeah.
Because of course you put things out and you forget it's there for
of course you
everybody
do.
to see. You just think, oh, it's just my, my lovely potential clients looking for me. But no, your Auntie Mabel's checking you out on Facebook.
I feel like we should get your autograph now.
I know, yeah.
You can do, that's fine.
I wondered why there was a dressing room set up outside with your name on it.
So what have you learnt about yourself, Kate, through, using video? Or not, as the case may be.
Well, we're at the beginning of the journey, so you might have to ask me again in a couple of months' time. But the reason that we've decided to do it, really, is because we've got, big plans to grow, and we've got so much to shout about as well, which just doesn't come across properly in any other format.
Yeah.
So you can't really sort of meet the team properly. You can't really see what's going on behind the scenes. You can't really experience like the lovely funky studio and all of that.
So true.
So we've all just had to swallow it down. So we had a bit of a team meeting. It was like, right, there's going to be some filming, right? I wasn't even like, are you going to be okay? This was like, so yeah. So this is, it's in the calendar. So we're going to be doing it, and everyone actually really embraced it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So it was.
Is that because they're like early 20s?
Yeah, probably.
What would have happened if you'd have said it to a room full of 45-plus-year-olds? Do you think the response would be different?
Yeah,
Everyone would be
collective
like,
groan.
No!
Yeah. Because even like I look at my girls now who are teenagers, and they're already doing this like every day.
Yeah.
Every day they're on TikTok, like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and avoid doing that on my socials. I don't
Yeah.
think that will attract the right market.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, I think what you're saying there though is right, because the whole idea of video marketing and breaking that kind of dimension of personality, that's something that is really difficult with website, isn't it? Because when you're looking at a website, you're looking at a business, but you don't get that nice feel of the people and the interaction. And video is the one thing really. Photography does to a degree, but video really breaks the wall down. And when you're hearing people talk and they're telling you what they do, you buy it. You buy into their expertise.
It's completely different.
Yeah. There's some stats, isn't there, around that about how much more effective a website is at
converting.
Yeah, and getting people to take action.
56%. Yeah.
Have you just made that up, Darren?
Sorry, I wanted to look knowledgeable. Sorry, I wanted to look like I knew it.
72. Should
No,
we just throw out
72,
some numbers?
Yeah. Oh, you're going by the other score. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I bet
You're absolutely right.
It's probably really high.
It is high, yeah, because it's true, isn't it? I mean,
We'll check and get back.
It doesn't take much when you watch a video on a website for it to be just to answer all your questions in one 30-second video of who they are, what they do, are they trustworthy?
Yeah.
Do you like them? All the kind of subliminal triggers and things like people things. So it's really powerful. That's why I need to be doing it.
Yeah.
But it's like you're meeting thousands of people without having to actually meet them. Because it's all sort of, happening.
Absolutely.
It's mind-blowing, Kate.
Yeah.
So-
We've got all sorts of weirdos like watching it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I've been doing video for, 7 years? And honestly, touch wood, I've never had any weirdos who's watched it and come back to me. No, but that's a big fear that people come to me with. Oh, I'm not doing videos because I don't know, it'll just open the doors to bad comments and I'm like,
what?
It's never.
No.
And you can handle it anyway. It's only like if someone kind of came up to you in the street and said something, you know how to handle it, don't you?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Arc Media Group is a video and social media production company based in Sutton Coldfield, now with a fully equipped film and photography studio available for hire. Arc has a rich history of crafting glossy and impactful video content, from national TV ad campaigns for household name brands to personalised strategies for small businesses. We collaborate with you to conceive creative ideas, capture engaging video content and deliver trackable results. So, if you're looking for a TV ad, social media campaign or studio hire, then get in touch at info@arcmedia.co.uk.
Right, let's talk about challenges. So let's get some of those out on the table. I've said, I have lots of people coming to me saying, I don't want to put myself out there, I'll be really visible. What are some of the challenges that we've got around video?
Well, I mean, for me, it's starting to do it,
Yeah. But what's stopping you from doing it?
All the usual suspects, but time, inclination, all that. But I have, and really, the biggest one is the fear factor.
Yeah.
But one tip that I have been given, I don't know if it was one of you guys who maybe gave you this tip, was maybe just to film what you want to film or video record. For me, I kind of would like to do some kind of hints and tips and that kind of stuff. Just do it, knowing that you're not going to put it out there, and it's like you're not going to use this one.
I think that was mine.
This is.
Yeah, I think I.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You claim it.
Yeah.
But yeah, film it knowing you're not going to put it out there, and then you've kind of got the first one done, or maybe the first few done, and chuck them in the bin, forget about them, and then the next one you're kind of more in the rhythm.
That really is the best approach. It's like with writing. I don't think about what I'm going to write when I'm writing a blog or social post. I just write it, and then I'll come back to it and redraft it before I post it.
Yeah,
it's just a starting point, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great advice from somebody who's never done it. So take that one. Take that one.
Yeah, great tip. Pete, challenges, got any?
I think it's coming up or trying to come up with something that is a little bit different, but is still true to you.
Agreed.
So rather than kind of going, right, I've seen this marketer, I've seen Gary Vee do this kind of thing, or I've seen Tony Robbins do this kind of thing. That's the kind of video I want to make. And it's like, well, no, because you're not those people. You've got to be, you want that authenticity to come through.
Yeah.
But also making sure that when you watch it back, you're happy with it. And that it doesn't look amateurish. That's the thing. That's something that can absolutely sink you. If you are trying to do something that you want to be perceived as being high production value, but you've edited it on your phone, it isn't going to be that. No. That's the thing. If you want it to look homemade, it's going to do that.
Yeah.
But don't kind of pitch it as here's some, video marketing that's really high end, and it's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You've clearly just used all the effects you've got on your phone.
Wipe, Star Fade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of that.
I really love your share as well about, seeing other people like Gary Vee and going, you're either going, well, I can't do it like that, so I just won't do it at all.
Yeah.
I won't bother. But you can only be you, can't you? And you've got something completely different to offer. So you've got to think, well, what feels comfortable? Or I always like to say, 1 foot in comfort zone and 1 foot in the stretch. That makes you go a little bit, ooh, but I can do it.
Yeah, it's just being authentic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever get to being authentic. I mean, nobody knows the real me.
One day.
It'll just all come out.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, so do I.
Shut that fridge.
I hope not. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You can never see what else is in the fridge.
Did you have to clear out the rest of the fridge, or did you just superimpose? Because I didn't see it. That's what I'm saying. You need to share it again.
I will do. No, it's basically just rested on the phone. Is just rested on whatever's at the front of the fridge.
Oh, right.
So the only,
like
do you know, the only comment I ever got on it was someone who said, "I'm not taking podcasting advice from someone who keeps eggs in the fridge."
I remember you saying
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
exactly.
I keep my eggs in the
I
fridge.
don't.
Exactly.
But I'm not against it. I keep them to the side.
I was worried they'll hatch if I put them anywhere else.
And they're going to wink at you as well when you open the fridge.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You definitely need to end those fridge videos with just and a bit of yoghurt.
Nice. Yeah,
Perfect
okay.
ending.
My challenge is around, keeping it fresh, keeping new ideas. And because I'm not on Insta or TikTok. I think that's where like a lot of the trends are happening, and I think it's good to be aware of the trends so you can think, oh, you know, it just inspires you to use them and adapt them for you and your business. But,
So like the ice bucket challenge or something like that. Is that the trends you're talking about?
Let's bring it back.
oh my God, that was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got tagged in that several times.
And me
Like,
too.
Nope, not doing it.
I did do it as well.
Oh, I did it.
Because
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
during
yeah.
lockdown, wasn't it? There was nothing else to do. I think there was one similar during lockdown, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was a jumping off a cliff one, wasn't it? Yeah.
So let's talk about all the good stuff then. What good has happened because of using video? Let's get some inspiration out there. Let's get some encouragement for more businesses to be using video.
I mean, the good side of it that I found is kind of what you alluded to. Not quite, you know, people coming up and asking for your autograph, but you're taking those first couple of steps with potential clients. So they're getting to see you face to face. They're getting to get a good idea as to what the values of the business are and what you are like as a business owner. And that old adage of people buy from people, they can get that out of the videos. You know, if it's you and if it's that authenticity that we've been talking about and stuff like that. So, you know, and do you like Spider-Man or not? Or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, whatever floats your
Whatever
boat.
comes out.
Yeah. I think it's just a really great way to share quick, clear and personable messages with people. And sometimes I go to write an email and I'm like, oh, forget that. Let me just record a quick video and send it because, you know, 2-minute videos, I have to say, if you haven't used loom.com, check it because that is brilliant for, you know, sending quick, like under 5-minute videos, and you just send a link and it's the easiest platform to use, and I love it for answering quick questions.
And that's also good for showing your desktop sort of thing. So if you, from my perspective, for me to say, it's something, again, this is on my
Look,
list.
are you trying to get away from putting your face on the camera?
I know, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll just
you can also
record
show the
it.
desktop instead. But with Loom, you can put yourself in a little circle, can't you? Yeah.
You can be a bit smaller.
This is my plan is to kind of do it with Loom.
Yes.
And have the desktop so you can show, you know, what you're talking about, what you're doing it. It's on my list.
Yeah. See, it's brilliant for if you've got a team as well.
Yeah.
You know, and you're trying to show how something works, then it's just awesome for showing a spreadsheet. So, yeah, different ways to approach it. So what about for you, Kate, then? What are all the positives that are about to happen for you and your team?
Oh, well, I just feel quite excited about it. I feel like it's sort of, it's going to really reinvigorate our marketing because I think it was starting to get a bit like, you know, case study, testimonial, blog, case study, testimonial, blog. And just like, oh, is this really exciting? Is this that content that people are really like? I mean, it gets engagement, things like that, but it doesn't, there's so much that it doesn't do. It's only the tip of the iceberg. So I feel really, really excited about what video can do for us in terms of, you know, marketing, getting people to know us and who we are and what's important to us and what we're all about. So I feel like it's just going to give us another dimension really to our marketing stream. So
I agree. And I, for one, cannot wait to see you on video. I can't because
I can. I suppose, like,
I want to see your enthusiasm coming through the camera.
I always thought it's almost a bit too much sometimes. I think sometimes I'm going to be looking back going, oh my God, just calm down.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but also, like, I just got excited. Then my glasses just fell off my head. Things like that, you know, you can't control.
But it's normal, isn't it? It's normal.
It is, absolutely.
But that's what worries me a little bit is looking back at it and going, oh God, I sound really brummy, or I shouldn't have said it quite like that.
Yeah.
But I think
Never look back.
There's nothing wrong with sounding brummy.
No.
Yeah, and I think I've just got to try and not just in front of the camera, but I'm looking back at it as well. Just look at it from a bit of a chilled out point of view. You know, it's just authentic, and just try and get over all those niggles and doubts in your head. So I feel really excited about it and seeing how it changes the conversation that's going on out there. So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, brilliant. and we'll keep Darren accountable, I think, for 2024.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's the year that he
Absolutely.
finally...
Yeah. And then in
Just
12
do
months,
with
Yeah.
Spider-Man, like with your
Oh.
web, shooting out web design.
dancing
everywhere.
Spider-Man, web designer man,
Oh.
usability man,
Web design.
all in there. Yeah.
On that note,
That sounds like high production values to me.
on Web Designer Man, I think we should finish up
Oh,
there.
what?
So thanks, that was brilliant. Let's inspire more people to use video, starting with Darren and Kate. Looking forward to seeing it out there. So please share, subscribe and review so our fellow business owners can be inspired and always keep focused on the fun side of business too.
There goes Darren.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.